Welcome to In Your City Show. We're so glad to be here today, the hottest happy hour in STL. And I guess we should let them know. Hey, if you're listening on radio, you can go to louinfo.com. That's LOU info.com. You can watch us virtually. We're streaming 24/7. And of course, we'd love you to go to our Instagram, our Facebook pages, which is the In Your City Show. Follow, like, and give us a message if you got something you want to send us, or maybe there's a story that you want to tell. We would love to hear it. There it is, right there, the
There it
little
is.
information station. It was a perfect block to John Lore that's in our room right now.
He's in our room right
He is
now.
all over the camera. Things are
And
flying in
John's
front
got
of
there's a camera right there.
So, there's lots of lights on us when we do the show. There's cameras there. It's kind of funny. You don't realize like all the things that it takes for like the show to go on. But now in this little comfy, cozy, speakeasy lounge studio we have a man that's sitting across us with all kinds of cameras and gadgets going
Shooting
on.
some great stuff for us. Yeah.
Exactly. Because one of the things, like today, we were on Fox 2. We have a monthly segment
This
on
morning,
Fox
yes.
2 with STL, Studio STL, I should say, with Brittany, who is adorable. And we always pick hot picks from our magazine, which this month, September Style issue. So we got to go in there and talk about that. And John was actually even there this morning getting a little, footage of that.
John's
But
going to get tired of us.
he is going to get tired of us. But it's one of the many things that we do to give people a voice, to share their story. We're storytellers.
We did. We told
Not fake stories, though.
No, we got to talk about Mr. Guy Clothery. It's
Yeah.
Clothery. It's always hard for me to say
Yeah,
that.
you should say clothes.
But I'm wearing one of their items right now.
It is a gorgeous
It is a
jacket.
beautiful
Do you have the
jacket.
info on that? Like, you knew what all the jackets were today when we were on the show?
Looks like
Monroe,
Atelier Monroe.
Atelier, maybe?
Atelier.
It's gorgeous.
I can never say it.
It's a black and white in case the color looks different.
Yes. And it's got
And it's so soft.
It's got a fall weight to it, which is great, and I love it.
It looks great on you. I can't believe
So thanks, Simon.
Yeah.
I want you guys, women, you want to dress your guys great, just go talk to Simon at Mr. Guy, and he'll take care of your guys. He'll make him look awesome. We got some friends of ours that maybe could get some sprucing up. And
Yeah.
the wives are always saying, you need to go. We're Gordon's going.
But in all honesty, people constantly talk about your style and your fashion all the time and want to know where you get your
It's only
clothes,
because I
so.
got guys behind me telling me what to wear.
And that helps. But you've
Yeah.
got a great eye, but some people don't. So when you can go into a place like that and have someone just immediately be able to pick something out that looks good with your skin, that looks good with your body shape, because some people wear something that's not really meant.
Thanks, Mom.
It's not really meant for them to, maybe double breast or two buttons, or
Right.
really every jacket fits differently. And sometimes you may not be that tall, and then there weren't jackets that are hanging down to the tips of their hand, fingers or whatever.
It's like I always say, whenever you see somebody that's wearing a jacket that they've had for 20 years, it kind of looks like, remember the movie Big, where Tom Hanks shrinks
Yeah.
back to the little kid and
Yeah.
his jacket's hanging down off
Just
him?
because you have a jacket
That's
on
it.
doesn't mean it looks right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you really do a great job
Thanks,
of
baby.
putting things together. But we did have fun with that. So talking about relationships, I really need a checkup from the neck up, or is that what they say?
Yep, that's what Zig
So,
Ziglar says.
Women,
Check
do you
up with the
ever
neck
feel
up.
like you're nuts? I feel so guilty. Like it still bothers me that I could be so weird sometimes. And I think when you get really tired and overly stressed, you don't really see the good or something like that. I'm not sure what it is, but so my birthday, when is my birthday? Is it Wednesday maybe? I don't even know.
Today's the 7th.
So it's Wednesday. It's the 9th. So Gordon decides to do something so sweet and invite our closest of friends and go meet up at 360 Westport. Well, I was tired already the day before, and I kept saying, we do not have to do anything for my birthday. Just
She
go
thinks
home.
it's just us two going.
Yeah, he says, let's go to dinner, do date night. And I'm like, the Chiefs game was on. You wanted to watch? I'm like, oh my gosh, let's just stay home, watch the football game. I'm so exhausted. He goes, no, I want to go out. When I said, well, we'll talk about it, I kind of thought, well, maybe we'd get out and going out. He calls me at like 45 minutes before we're supposed to leave. And I'm upstairs working still, of course, because that's all I ever do. And he said, you need to get ready. We're going. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know for sure we were going to go. So I
told you
proceeded to
yesterday.
get super crabby.
Crabby.
And when you have to hurry and go out, a girl never has anything to wear. I don't care if there's 50 new outfits in my closet, which there isn't. I wish there was. I would still not know what to wear because I was already crabby and in a bad mood. So I ended up picking out, I don't even know why, because I hated it. This jacket, I love this jacket, but I literally worn it so many times you can start to tell.
That it started, yeah.
It gets those little balls underneath or whatever. So I'm horrified and I can't find it. I wasn't in the mood. I was bad hair. I get in the car all
Well,
huffy
but
puffy
that
because my husband wants to take me out to dinner. I'm huffy
but
puffy.
okay, let's back up a little bit. The
How
fact that
far?
what you were wearing didn't really bother you too much until you realized something.
That I'm old?
No,
That I was having a bad hair day?
no. Get
Where,
to the
where
rest
are
of your
we at?
story. Get to the rest of your story.
So we pull into the parking lot to go to the place that we're now late for because I took too long. And what
Because I
do I
made
see?
reservations.
Because he made reservations. I see friends of ours walking
Which
in.
is
Is that what you're going
shout out to
to?
Blaze at 360 Westport. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome job. If you haven't been to 360 Westport, you're missing out. We sat by the fireplace. It was gorgeous. But back to me, we're in the parking lot, and I'm like, that's Dan and Jackie.
Some friends of ours.
Who never leave St. Charles.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing here? And all of a sudden,
And I'm like, wow. I go, that's weird. It's like I said it. I said,
yeah,
and which I probably, as soon as I said it, I probably wished I wouldn't have because that's what really tipped her off. It's I go,
because,
they never leave St. Charles.
and then all of a sudden I went, I think my head spun in a circle. The Exorcist.
Oh my gosh, you did not plan something for me, did you?
That's exactly what I said.
And I
In a
was like,
very mean, harsh tone.
oh my gosh.
And so I know I'm a horrible person. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to go home. I hate what I'm wearing. My hair looks bad. So then he's thinking,
Then she started getting freaked out about the way she looked because she
yes,
knew other people were going to be there.
yes. I mean, it was a total meltdown of ridiculousness.
So she goes,
My
why
friends
did you
would never
tell me
care
that
what
you
I
were
was
throwing
wearing.
a surprise party for me? I'm like, well, that's kind of the idea, right? That you don't tell that you're throwing a surprise party for
That is
somebody.
key, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot that part of it. So, needless to say, I had a really great time. Tammy
Oh
paid
my
for it
gosh.
the whole next day.
All the girls had a really good time.
Hence the hot pink shoes. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. So maybe sometimes the best times are when you think they're going to be a horrible time.
Yes.
Would that be it?
Yes.
Something like that. I get draping. I feel like I have long hair hanging over mine. It's a microphone cord. But yeah, so anyway, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed in my behavior, but that's often though.
That's okay.
I had a talk with myself. Do you guys talk to yourself?
No.
I
think maybe your problem is that you sit on the toilet too long.
Okay, that was weird. Did you just say that out loud on the camera? I'm working when I'm in there. Okay.
I don't think you get enough blood flow going because
Did you look this up?
according to a new report, people who use their smartphones while sitting on the toilet are at a higher risk of painful, itchy hemorrhoids, according to the new research. Hemorrhoids can make you crabby.
That's a pretty sight.
Yes, it says the likely explanation is that prolonged sitting increases pressure in the veins around the rectum. Can you say rectum on radio?
You did.
Okay, which can contribute to hemorrhoids. Dr. Ernesto Gonzaga,
Wow.
gastroenterologist from the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania.
And that's what we want to talk about right now is the bathroom, hemorrhoids, and all that when we have someone coming into the studio talking about food. I'm not sure about you, but I've lost my appetite. Never want to be on the radio again after I was just told I sit in the bathroom too long. It's the best place to get work done. The dogs aren't in there. You're not in there. Everybody leaves you alone. And I'm not crabby because of the bathroom. That is the peace and quiet is in the bathroom. I'm just crabby. Don't you just get crabby sometimes?
I did. I was Sunday.
You were like.
But you know what? I was cleaning out the garage, and something about cleaning out the garage gets me crabby.
So if I walk out in the garage, that's his one room that he thinks he's in charge of. He's not. He just thinks he is. So
hear me out.
And I go out there, and he said, "Okay, I've got this." You're inside.
I've got things moved around. I'm putting things in certain spots, and she comes out and just starts moving everything. And I'm like, what the heck is she doing? She doesn't know my plan of action. She doesn't know what I'm doing.
We've
had more arguments in the garage.
Some people divorce over wallpaper. We divorce over cleaning out the garage. Yes. So we've got a great show. Let me tell you, Fordo's Pizza is bringing big news to St. Louis. The James Beard Award winning executive chef Gerard and Chef Joe Luckey join us to talk about their killer pizza. Wow, an exciting new second location. So we're going to find out about that. And then we're going to welcome artisan jewelry designer Randi Chervitz. She's a creative force behind RC Studio Jewelry, from crocheting silver to embracing the Japanese philosophy of wabi-sabi. It sounds like, is she bringing sushi with her?
I don't know, but she got some great pieces.
She does have some beautiful peaches.
Peaches?
I should go home. It's my lips. They keep getting together. I shouldn't do so much Botox. They get stuck. All right. You know what we should do?
What?
We should flip our chairs around, because guess what? Can you smell the pizza?
I can't smell the pizza. Gentlemen, put
Come
those
on,
microphones on right there. Yeah.
Come on in here and bring
Yes.
the pizza. Wow. Hi, guys. How are you? So which one was it? John Carney thought you were a hot...
This is the pizza heartthrob.
Yeah.
Heartthrob. I told Gordon, I said,
So the girls keep calling you, making you deliver.
Extra anchovies.
I kept hearing John go, that's what it was, heartthrob, pizza guy or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I hope he's coming on the show because I got to meet him. So you're the heartthrob, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
And that makes it easy. Yeah, let's get rid of that
pizza.
grass right there going on.
Shard
I'll
carrot
move
on this
this.
one too.
Wow. Oh, we're so excited here. Should we flip the box to where they can see the beautiful,
Sure.
Oh my gosh. That looks like something I had when my daughters took me to New York last year for my birthday. That's absolutely gorgeous. One thing I was excited about too, and I hope I didn't hear wrong because I shouldn't say it out loud in case I did. Do you make a sourdough crust?
We do.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so glad I heard correctly. That is my favorite bread. It's also the easiest on the stomach when you're elder age like myself. Regular bread seems to not set right.
I think all
Hence the
ages,
bathroom talk.
sourdough is already pre-broken down in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So it's easier to digest.
Well, I'm so glad you're here. Let me get my stuff here because I've got some dandies that I want to be able to. First of all, let's just start off with the big news about the James Beard Award. I'm not looking at it right now. I'm not looking at the. Hang on, I don't. My notes clearly out. I was too busy looking at your stuff. The Gerard Kraft James Beard Award-winning chef. Okay, tell us about that.
That
you?
Yeah.
First, announce who you are so they know. Not
I'm
hard
Gerard
you have a name. Gerard. Okay.
I'm the chef and owner of Niche Food Group.
Okay.
And this is Pizza Heartthrob, Joe Luckey.
And his last name's Lucky.
I
Were you born with that?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. Would you like to have that last name? I'm Kelly Lucky.
And he's the chef of Fordo's, which started in the City Foundry. We still have one location there. And we just opened up a location inside of Urban Chestnut Brewery in the Grove. So the big beer hall in there, we have our own location. And now at the Foundry, we only do 12-inch pizzas, Neapolitan style. And so we wanted to do something a little bit different. So we wanted to really take that style of pizza, the kind of Neapolitan style sourdough.
When you say Neapolitan, I don't think I think of ice cream, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry.
Well, so it's just the place, right? Naples, Italy, where pizza comes from. And so, this started out of wood-fired pizza. We bring all of our flour in from Italy for this pizza. And, so it's a specific type of flour for that style of pizza. But the original New York style pizza really is kind of, a hybrid of Neapolitan style pizza when it was brought over to the United States. And, much like all Italian American food, everything was kind of, bigger and more abundant, and they had different style ovens. They used these, big deck ovens. So, this is, somewhere sitting in between Neapolitan style and New York style. We have 18-inch pies, and we also sell pizza by the slice there.
Where did this dream come from? Is your family from Italy, or you have connections there that you wanted this authentic, real Neapolitan pizza? That's my new word now. When I go, I'm like, do you have Neapolitan pizza? And they'll look at me. And I'm like, I know what that means.
So I do spend a lot of time in Italy. I love all things Italian and
Me too.
really love Neapolitan. We have Pastaria, where we have kind of a Neapolitan style pizza there. And I think for this though, we called it Fordo's, which is what I was called growing up.
What's your nickname?
Yeah, so it was kind of like
How'd
this
you get that, by the way?
teenage. Well, my name's Ford. My
And
middle
just-
name's Ford, but so
Yo,
we wanted this
Fordo!
to be a
Yo, come
little,
on over.
yeah, we wanted this to be a little like mischievous, right? So this is traditional style dough, but Joe Luckey is
Like
really
to have a little bit of fun with it,
Yeah.
play with the toppings. Like we have a Hawaiian pizza. It's got a pineapple puree as the sauce. So it's kind of like taking like a traditional Hawaiian pizza, which some Italians might maybe not like so much.
You know what they say about pineapples, don't you?
What's that?
He doesn't know.
Apparently you do.
well, we're in the hospitality.
So he does.
Give you a pineapple
It's
pizza.
pineapple is the sign of hospitality.
How much are you in the hospital?
For something else?
You know what I love? So you're talking about the pizza, and I want to hear more of some of the styles that you have. What I love, we went to Italy and we ate pasta and we ate pizza. Never once did I have a stomach ache. So most of the time, I come here and I go into a American pizza place, and it doesn't set so well. Hearing that you're using authentic ingredients and then the sourdough crust, that's fantastic.
And I think the main difference, between what you're eating in Italy and what you're eating here isn't even necessarily just where the flour comes from, right? You can get really good flour from the United States, but it's from like the excess stuff, I mean,
They
there's
want to throw in there.
pizzerias are putting, like Crisco
Mm.
in their dough and like all sorts of crazy stabilizers in the dough to make
Preservatives and
it
stuff like that.
last longer. Whereas this is really just
Fresh
Is that the
tomato.
magic
flour,
behind the dough?
water, salt.
Yeah.
Is that the magic behind the dough? Because you know what? Dough is so important. Your pizza can taste great on top, but the dough has to match it.
Oh, the Fordo's dough is so solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. I love that. We just we got it. Well, 2 years ago, we got a pizza oven
They should bring
outside.
up some pizza and we'll have a party.
And I still haven't mastered. It burns the outside and the middle still. And I got the stone as hot as I could get it for like 30, 40 minutes. But so what's the mastery
So
behind that?
temperature is the whole thing, right? You'll talk about like dough hydration, how much water you put in your dough, and then the heat of the oven, and like so, how fast it cooks compared to how fast the water evaporates from it is just kind of a really important thing to master.
And that's also kind of like if you go between like our foundry location, or we have like an Italian oven, it's going to be a brick oven, wood fired, versus the oven we're using over at not the foundry, at Urban Chestnut Brewery. It's a deck oven, so it's a little bit different. We're using the same dough and everything, but with the wood fired oven, it's a little bit more like touch and go intuition, and you kind of have to feel it out. Where like the comparison I always make is like the wood fired one is like driving a stick, and this is kind of like more like an automatic where it's kind of even keeled.
What's
Yeah.
your favorite? I know
Favorite
you love them
pizza?
all, but what's your favorite? What's your go-to?
So I've been really loving. So we gave you a half and half, right?
Okay.
Half pepperoni. We have the little Ezzo pepperoni cups that kind of get a little bit of char on the
Char.
outside. But that's the Joe's New York Neapolitan, which I feel like I've been getting every single time, and it's cheese, oregano, olive oil, and it's.
I mean, it's
perfect.
it's kind of it kind of speaks to Italian cooking, where if you take good, simple ingredients and just put them together in the right way, you get something that's magical.
He says that's so easy.
I
It's,
know.
you do this and it's just you get something
So
magical.
speaking of urban
Doesn't have-
chestnut and pizza, what is the perfect combination, and what is your go-to urban chestnut beer to have with the pizza?
I like the Zwickel. I think it's just an easy drinker. I'm not big on like a lot of hops. I know some people like hops, but I like it a little like more middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Pastaria Pilsner. So they made a beer just for our restaurant, our other restaurant, Pastaria. And it's really based off of like Peroni, like the,
Yep.
yeah, some of
Little
those
Peroni.
Italian beers. And so that one really hits the spot for me.
We do have we're collaborating with Urban Chestnut. We're gonna have in the near future a Fordo's exclusive beer.
Oh, that's exciting.
That's
It's gonna
really
be
cool.
really fun.
All right, so Chef Gerard, tell me, what is the passion? What instilled you to get into this food industry? Obviously, your pizza, you're growing, you get a second location, right? That's coming in. What inspired you to, because this isn't all you do.
So side note here is that on September 25th, we're having our 20-year
20 years.
anniversary for Niche Food Group. And so
Yes, congratulations.
I came to St. Louis 20 years ago, opened a small restaurant in Benton Park.
How old were you?
called
12?
Pretty much.
He was still going by Fordo back then.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I've kind of like grown up in the food world now in St. Louis, but before that, I had been, cooking all over the country, as well as abroad, trying to learn as much as I can. And I really, the whole ethos of Fordo's being this kind of like rebellious teenager. I was a really bad kid. That ended up in a lot of trouble and just really couldn't find my way through school and ended up washing dishes and cooking at a pool hall and just kind of like fell in love with not necessarily the food, but like the camaraderie and the instant gratification of cooking. So
I'm picturing you washing dishes and then looking over and watching them do the cooking. Is that kind of how it happened? Were you
a
just
little
kind of
bit. I mean, they kind of like, fed me to the wolves. They're like, you got to do a little of everything. And I mean, I remember they asked me, they said, you know how to cook? And I was like, no. They're like, it's fine.
Isn't that amazing though that you found your place? You were kind of lost for a little while,
Yeah.
and food just brought you it inspired you.
Yeah.
And passion within you, and look at what you've done in 20 years. It's incredible. I could literally, it's true, and he knows it. I think I could eat pizza every day of my life and never get tired of it. Someone says all you can have is one thing for the rest of your life, it would be pizza. And like most people, they're like, if you say food, like to comfort you, comfort food, they'll go to those, I don't know, those mashed potatoes and whatever, which is great. Don't get me wrong. Comfort food for me is pizza all
Great,
over it.
yeah.
But
It's
I'm
hard
not a
to beat.
pizza different person. Like, I like just traditional sausage or pepperoni,
Sure.
but you do have some for people who do like to do something a little different. You talked about the pineapple pizza, but what are some of the other things you have?
He's a heartthrob.
Give it to us, heartthrob.
Right now we've got one of my favorites on the menu right now is it's like a seasonal pizza. It's kind of like an ode to the end of summer. So it's gonna be like fresh mozzarella, garlic, olive oil, andouille, which is this like soft spreadable sausage coming from Italy, specifically spiced with Calabrian peppers. And then we're doing fresh peaches on top with just a little bit of Parmesan. And the andouille gives you
Did you say peaches?
fresh peaches, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like a pie and a
Really
pizza
good.
all at the same time.
It's a pie.
Just kind of gives that savory, spicy a little together then? Okay.
Savory, spicy, sweet, creamy from the mozzarella, a little basil for some herbaceousness.
How fun. Do you have something coming in for the fall or the winter? Do you do like seasonal
Oh
pizza
yeah,
then?
definitely lots of seasonal cooking. We haven't really nailed down what we're doing for fall, but we're starting to work on it. We'll probably do something with some apples, which Gerard will hate because he doesn't like apples.
No, apple a day keeps the doctor away there, Gerard.
Yeah, well, I see the doctor a lot.
That's
I'm
funny
fine
too.
with it. Yeah.
So let's make sure everybody understands. This is Fordo's Pizza.
Mhm.
Where can they get a hold of your pizza?
So we've got that City Foundry location. It's in the back left corner, and you can order online. You can order ahead. You can order delivery, and then on in the Grove at Urban Chestnut Brewery.
Where do you see you going from here with Fordo's?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where the customers take us. I think it's delicious pizza.
Yeah, I feel like our bulldog sitting here. I'm sorry, saliva's not coming out of the right side of my mouth as I'm staring at it. There's other things on because you have a salad sitting here and it looks like maybe some garlic bread. So what are some other things on the menu? Is there
So that's it's our charred carrot hummus. We like roast carrots.
hummus? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we roast carrots whole and puree them with, just some spices, olive oil, tahini. And then that is actually, we take our sourdough starter and we use that to make focaccia. So that's to dip it with. It's got a bunch of herbs, some feta cheese. And then we're looking at a lot of other things. I think kind of the vibe we're going for is like bar food, but kind of like elevated, a little more upscale. We're definitely, I think maybe this weekend you might be able to see some wings on the menu as a special.
Oh,
I
fun.
love wings.
Yeah, me too.
So good.
Mozzarella sticks, meatballs, all kinds of stuff like that. We're definitely looking at bringing some fun specials
I mean,
on.
think about your like old school, like New York style pizzeria, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wings, really good salads, mozzarella
records.
sticks.
For the red checkered. Oh, get some pictures of it. Yeah.
What's going on here?
Look at the. Yeah.
What's going on here?
It's awesome.
Beautiful, right there. Yeah, if you're
photo
just
shoot.
listening on radio right now, you're totally missing out on the virtual of getting to see the heartthrob. Are you on a pool table?
I am
by
on a
any
pool
chance?
table, yeah.
Okay.
So is it like if you get the pineapple pizza
You get
and
that?
anchovies, that's
You
the
hand it to you like
delivery?
that?
You know, you do kind of have the Burt Reynolds mustache going. Remember when Burt Reynolds did the whole nude thing on the bare rug? So there you go.
It looks like he's got some
Maybe we'll do a calendar sometime soon.
perfect. Yeah, pizza for each month with you posing in different places. There you go. You got it together for him. So what was the first pizza you ever had as a
That I
kid?
ever
Had.
had as a kid? Oh my God. I mean, it probably wasn't that special. It was probably Domino's or
Remember those you
something.
could make at home? Those in a box.
See, they're
So
they're
awful.
young, so they don't remember when we
Oh,
were growing up. We didn't have a lot of
What am I
pizza
thinking?
places. It was
That's
still
true.
Pizza Hut as a kid, but
That's
Chef
so
Boyardee, where you make the pizza in a pan,
make
my
one
mom
just
would like
one time.
spread that out and on a square
Still sell 'em
pan. Yeah.
in the grocery store. You probably throw up if you taste
I mean, I
good.
used to go to like the old school Pizza Huts where it was like sit down, there's
Yeah.
the salad bar. I
Hey, the
used to
butter crust
love it.
pizzas.
I know the pan crust pizza.
Did you ever think?
Oh, when they first came out, it was like,
Oh,
what is this?
so good. It was so
You're
good.
just a kid, right? Well, your last name's great. The heartthrob with the last name Luckey. And Chef Gerard, we appreciate you coming in so much, talking about your pizza, sharing your pizza. We look forward to continue to see you grow. I know the Niche Group is a fabulous restaurant. I guess restaurant company brand. I
Yeah,
mean,
restaurant.
everything you're behind are fabulous locations, and we've been to them all. So we
Thank you
appreciate
so much.
the food that you're bringing and the good fresh ingredients. Things you're mentioning I've never even heard of before. So I feel a little illiterate when I'm listening to you talk, but knowing that you're taking the time to put all these incredible ingredients into it is fabulous. And this is about to drive me crazy. John made me
I
do
got
it. It's like falling off on my arm. All right, let's see. One topping, we're gonna leave it this, that you should always have for a pizza, and one topping you should never.
Oof, that's tough. Say one topping you should always have: good fresh basil. I
Okay.
love basil. Any herb I love on a pizza, but basil especially.
And the keyword fresh.
Yes.
I love that. Thank you so much. That's Chef Joe Luckey, Chef Gerard Kraft, award-winning chef right over here that you got to meet. And we're going to try this award-winning pizza. And so the drool can quit, coming down my mouth
would
right
be.
now.
Yep.
Coming up next is Randi Chervitz. She's going to be coming in talking about her handmade custom jewelry. Keep listening to LouInfo.com right here at the In Your City Show, the hottest happy hour in STL. Cheers to Fordo's Pizza.
I'm gonna give you a second.
All right, we are back, and I want to make sure to mention somebody that we truly part of our show, and that's St. Louis Closet Company. Jennifer Williams, she's fabulous. Um, she's been in business for 35 years. I think this month marks 35 years for her. A woman in business, designing closets is where she started. And I know the name of it is St. Louis Closet Co., but she does garages, uh, kitchen pantries, mud rooms. I mean, she did Nelly's closet, or not closet. I should say it's the closet for his studio from, where they're recording and making videos and that, which is really cool. I think if you go to Instagram, and you go to St. Louis Closet Co., you can actually watch, the video where she met Nelly and where they transformed the room. I think I still have cheese stuck to my teeth. So when I'm talking, I can feel my lips gut sticking because a Fordo's pizza was just on. And of course, we could not get back into the studio without taking a bite of it. And the cheese is still lingering along with the amazing taste. So if you want some absolutely fabulous authentic pizza, I can vouch now and say it's really great. So if you see cheese on my teeth, just ignore me. But St. Louis Closet Co., without further ado, just want to say thank you to St. Louis Closet Co. You can get them, stlouisclosetco.com. Check out all the great things they do. One of the things we love most about Jennifer and her team is that everything they design, they do right there on site at their Big Bend location. What area do you call that over there? Maplewood, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Maplewood. Fabulous. And their team is just incredible with the things that they do. And actually, one of the great things too, well, so our guest that's coming on the show right now, Randi Chervitz, who is the designer of this gorgeous set of earrings that are on our front cover, right there. Do you have one of the pictures of the magazine that you can put up closer to show it better than what I'm doing even? Well, that's all right if it's not there. But so we've got a great story. You can see it right here on, I put it back to me. We're on Randi right now. You can't see it. I could have her hold it though, if you'd like. Here is the article that we did, showing her beautiful jewelry and telling her story, which we absolutely love. But also I was saying Jennifer too, she's in there as well. So there's Jennifer in our September issue, styling herself there in a closet. So fun stuff. But Randi stories in all three issues. And then, of course, we never know, Randi, welcome to the show, who will be on our cover. It's one of those things that I told you I had pizza on my face. He's pointing to me. Get him closer. You should have zoomed. You know what you should have done? I was talking about that. I can tell.
I should have zoomed
pizza.
in on.
You should have zoomed right in on that cheese that was just sticking off my lap.
Sure.
I'm like that old person.
You still got a little black pepper thing going on.
I told you. Is it gone yet?
No.
It's Fordo's fault for doing that to me. But it's so funny because the old people eating and there's like, my grandma had things coming outside of her mouth and that. So welcome to old age. And that's what I am. Wednesday I would be even older.
See how close we can get.
No telling what will be on my teeth and lips then. You're just making me dizzy doing that. Is there?
It's gone. It's gone. All right.
I just see a bunch of wrinkles that close. Well, welcome to the show, Randi. Thank you so much. It's delightful. I feel like I know you from all the preparation of you meeting Gordon, getting in the magazine as an actual advertising partner, and then getting to do a story on you in our September issue. I haven't actually even met you, but feel like I know you from, reading your story. And
she's got that type of personality.
And I feel exactly the same way because we've communicated.
Yes.
We're both definitely communicators. And even though this was our first moment of meeting face to face,
it's lovely.
We have been in a lot of communication. And it's just such an honor. I can't believe that you asked for me to be here.
Aww.
And I can't believe that you put my earrings on the cover of St. Charles County Magazine.
It literally happens organically. It really does. It's one of those things where it just happens organically, just the right fit that makes sense to go with the issue. And I love the green. I just love everything about it. They're simple, but yet very elegant.
Thank you.
I love it.
When I was making those, I am very drawn to different textures,
Mm-hmm.
and the crunchy druzy is what it's called. It's a type of quartz, but that green with that almost powdered sugar sort of look to it.
Yes.
And then contrast that with the pearl, which is just so luscious, and it's very unusual to have a pearl that is long like that and drilled the long way.
It's just beautiful.
I really, it's always the materials that get me
Sure.
started, and I want to see different things together. And yeah, so I'm just really honored that you chose those.
I want to hear what inspired Randy to start Uncommon Thread Jewelry, as well as which you operate as RC Studio Jewelry, which is your initials, of course.
Indeed. Well, so like your partner Jennifer from the Closet Company, I too have been in business for 35 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I've been in business as Uncommon Threads Jewelry. Initially, my goal, I went with a name that really referenced the techniques that I was using in my work. I do a lot of fiber techniques in metal, and that's where Uncommon Threads Jewelry came from. Now, it has been 35 years. I've done a lot with the fiber techniques. I still love them. But I have had lots of other opportunities to learn more about gemstones, to experience other techniques, to learn with other teachers. And where I am right now in my life is I want to make custom pieces. I want to connect my customers with individual gemstones. There's a whole lot happening in gemstone mining right now. We all know that we've got earth mined diamonds, lab grown diamonds. There's a lot of education that's necessary around those for people to make the right choice in their jewelry. But then there's the whole world of colored stones. And colored stone mining is a completely different animal than diamond mining. The colored stones are mined by much smaller groups of people. The companies can be as small as one family or one family member. And it is easier to trace the origin of a colored stone from the earth all the way through the cutter and onto my bench. And those are I want to connect my customer with a particular stone that he or she just goes crazy over. They're not always uniformly colored. You can see some of the needles, some of the inclusions inside the stones, color banding. It's amazing in these colored stones. You can see the whole history of the earth in one stone.
The history of the earth in one stone. That's a cool line right there.
I'm going to have to write that one down.
Yeah, definitely.
For next week's marketing. But I love, people are passionate about their jewelry. You buy important jewelry to signify life's milestones. So why not get involved in the design of it with me? Select your stones that don't look like anyone else's, and let's make something really unique and beautiful that tells your story too.
Gosh,
That's so key right there. Having something that nobody else has.
Yeah,
that tells your story.
And it should, right.
That.
So I've been Uncommon Threads for 35 years, and I've just recently rebranded into RC Studio Jewelry because it represents this new direction for me. All the different techniques that I embrace, and then the possibilities of all these gemstones. So my customers and my online audience will be seeing a lot more of that in the coming years.
I can tell you're very excited about it too.
I am.
A lot of passion when you're talking about it.
Absolutely.
And the lines that she's saying.
So what inspires you when you start to make a piece of jewelry? I mean, how does that start? Like an artist, they start painting and they start painting like a color. And then the next thing you know, go, maybe I should try this. And then they go, well, maybe I should try this. How does that work with jewelry?
Well,
because that's art
too. Absolutely. Thank you. I'm glad it absolutely is art. I can only aspire in that direction, and I certainly try. For me, I'm a very three-dimensional thinker. I always try to. So I've a little bit of background. I've had the privilege of teaching some fashion design classes at Lindenwood, and a lot of what we teach students is to draw and to make as many different iterations of a certain idea as they can, excuse me, and then they can choose which of those really makes sense in a collection. I try to challenge myself to do the same thing. But the truth of the matter is I really don't draw on my jewelry. I'm a very three-dimensional thinker. And when I have an idea of what I want to see or some stones that I want to put together, I manipulate them in space. I have a what you would call a hot bench in my jewelry studio. I'm a metalsmith, so I'm working with pieces of metal. I'm not a caster. Casting is another way of working where you can carve in wax, and it's a different process. Beautiful pieces are made that way, but I'm more of an additive designer, and I say, I want to see this shape next to this. I want to leave room to put this pearl, that kind of thing. And then I just start soldering and I put some things together. I'm hoping in this new iteration of my business that I can slow my process down a little bit more. It was my other way of working was really a good match when my goal was to get my work into as many galleries and boutiques as I possibly could. And that was a different period in my business. I've had the privilege of being carried by about 100 stores around the US and Canada, and I've really pulled back from that. So I'd like to really slow down my process and really show my customers, my individual customers, and then my potential audience of people on social media or the people who receive my blog posts and things like that. I'd really like to slow down and show them what my process is. So I'd like to be doing a little more drawing, and I'd like to be, if I'm manipulating stones three-dimensionally, I'd like to be taking some more photos of that, communicating that to more people. That's not a process that had been of value to me at another time. So Gordon, I'm not sure if I'm really hitting your question on
yeah, you are.
but it does explain what's happening in the studio.
You were talking about the pearl pieces, and I've got some of those right up here on the screen. If you can see up there, you can see them.
They're also uniquely different. There's
Yes.
such personality with all of the pieces of jewelry.
I
that
like
you have.
this right here.
Thank
just
you. Yeah, I
gorgeous.
know you like that. I'm not wearing it today. That's one of my favorite pieces, and it's a good example of I'm moving into the gemstones. I'm trying some new techniques, some different things that don't represent the crochet like those other images did.
Do you design for both men and women, or
Absolutely.
typically so both then? A lot
Absolutely.
of times it's hard to find some really cool, unique jewelry for men. There's,
Mhm.
women delicate and strong pieces, small, but men they get kind of basic with. So it's nice to know that you can develop some pieces that are inspiring for men as well. I want to ask, you embrace wabi-sabi. That is part of your handcrafted uniqueness.
Kelly thought we were getting
Are we
sushi.
getting sushi?
No.
So tell me the
That's a
wabi.
good idea.
Yeah,
We'll do the pizza in the other room.
Tell me what
So
wabi-sabi is
wabi-sabi
about.
has to do with embracing imperfection. It's my understanding is it's a Japanese concept,
Okay.
and I don't mean to appropriate. It's really coming from a place of admiration. Um, I've always been an advocate of the hand. As a child, when I made art, I was lucky. My parents were the ones who always said, "Oh, it's time for Mother's Day or Father's Day," and I would make them
Make me something.
right. And they would always say, "Well, the thing that came from you is my favorite thing." So
Probably was with the way you designed jewelry.
but having something that wasn't perfect
Yeah.
and was still loved by the person who received it really had a big impact on me. And so wabi-sabi is the concept of imperfection and embracing it. You may have seen at some point a broken ceramic piece that's been repaired, and there's gold filling in the crack where the person who did the repair, I'm afraid to say the word because I'm afraid I'm going to say it wrong.
I won't know, so we're okay.
Okay, I know it starts with a K. Forgive me, world, for not knowing. It's something like kintsugi, and if I'm saying it wrong, again, I apologize. But the person who repaired that vessel is embracing the change over time. First, it was a solid piece. Something happened and it broke. That doesn't mean it isn't beautiful any longer,
Right.
and it can be reassembled. And that maker can apply gold to where that seam is and really highlight and focus on that new imperfection and give you something to appreciate. In my own work, every piece that I'm making is completely made by my hand. Everything that I hammer, I do a lot of hand forging in my studio. Everything is going to have the marks from my hammer and my anvil. If I strike it funny every once in a while, it might have a different shape. And all of my rings, you asked about men's, jewelry, I do a lot of rings. They're for men and women, but they are made in one. They're made to size because I hammer a piece of metal and then I wrap it around a mandrel and I solder it in different places. Each one of those will have a unique character to it. They're all made by me. They're all made by my tools. They're all in the materials that I use, the same vocabulary that I would use in designing something else. But the differences are what make those items really yours and help tell your story.
I love that because we're imperfect as people. So why not wear jewelry that's imperfect
Wow,
too?
what a great
Absolutely.
line to add to her
Why am I not writing
story.
these down?
Gosh, that was a great.
Thank you.
Well,
Gordon.
you're going to have this streaming 24/7, so you can pick up all the nuggets you have.
I'm going to have to write it all down. to
So before
transcribe
we
the
run
whole
out
thing.
of time, Randy, I want people to know, how can they find your jewelry? How can they get something created for them?
They can find it. I'm not sure where to look, Kelly.
You can look at me.
I'll look right here. They can visit my website, rcstudiojewelry.com.
Okay.
And
Let's talk about that code we've got up there right now.
Thank you very much. I did. I would like to offer any of your viewers who come to my website, might like to purchase something. I am offering a 15% off discount now through October 31st of this year, 2025. The code they can use upon checkout is all capital letters in your city.
Perfect.
Big
So they don't need to
you.
Don't
the
need to
show
put
on
the show
there.
on. If they put
All
the
right.
show accidentally, they're okay, right?
Totally okay.
As long as in your
Big-
cities.
Randy Chervitz, thank you so much. Beautiful, handmade, unique, luxury jewelry that goes, I mean, it just goes with everything. So it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for spending time
Such
with
a
us,
pleasure.
being a part of City Lifestyle. We appreciate you so much. So we can all say this together because we end our show always the same on the hottest happy hour in STL right here at luinfo.com, the In Your City show. We always go out because we wish everybody, we say to them, cheers. So you ready?
I am so ready.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Everyone.